Did a bit about me getting my eyes done on the Oprah show, and I still answer questions about it.
Every time, and I'm too sometimes lazy, so I'll be watching that all day. So congrats to you.
It was a society event, started in the 40s to raise money for the Costume Institute. That's when the Costume Institute started, but it has turned into sort of this like pop culture event. It also obviously does raise money for the Met, which is great. And it kind of started to change when Vogue got involved. So Diana Vreeland in the 70s became a consultant for the Met Gala. And she really upped the glamour, as a Vogue editor is wont to do. But it was still sort of a society moment. So if you even look at the co-chairs, it's a lot of socialites. It's a lot of people in New York society as opposed to like celebrities. And then in the 90s, Anna Wintour took over as editor of Vogue. And if you look at how she approaches the Met Gala, it sort of actually mirrors how she approaches her work at Vogue in general. He is the designer behind notably Chanel, but he's also worked at Fendi, a lot of other brands. He's been a hugely influential figure in fashion since the 70s, and is incredibly prolific. We all sort of owe what we wear today to him. So I think it'll be an amazing theme.
I just got off work.
You did?
Oh yeah,
Really,
and I
right?
just put it together. I don't even have a dress bag.
You look gorgeous.
I got my lip gloss, right?
I would say like around 2014 is when people really started to embrace that wild side and really go all out with their looks. If you look in the past at like what Princess Diana wore, she wore Dior. It was a beautiful evening gown, gorgeous, stunning, but very subtle, very simple. And even, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker and McQueen, she was wearing a tartan gown. It definitely had some drama to it, but it was not the full on like on theme costume we see today.
Back up, it's too close, back it up.
It's actually almost performance art when you walk the red carpet, because even as we've seen in recent years, like Billy Porter at the camp gala, he was carried in by hot men, looking like a god, you know, covered in gold. Like these are serious works, and it takes hours and entire ateliers and like months of planning to put this stuff together. And it really is a celebration of fashion. Pulling from his giant archive would be the ideal way to kind of pay homage to him. There are other ways, of course, too. He had his own kind of aesthetic, very distinct sense of personal style. He also has a very famous cat. There are a lot of fun things you could do. But I do agree that the archival approach is something I hope I see a lot. You know, the attendees are kind of notorious for pushing the themes to the outer limits. I do think this is a really, really good one. When the theme is good, the outfits tend to be good. And when the theme is a little vague, like the past 2 years, the outfits are beautiful, but maybe not as punchy and like clear in, you know, kind of their inspiration. So I think the theme does kind of dictate how the red carpet is. I also thought the Catholic Imagination theme was really specific and very easy to interpret and pulled a lot of great looks out of people. Comme des Garçons too was an incredible theme. So I think we're in for a treat this year. I think it's going to be really cool.